Hi Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure you hit the subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on this channel. Today we're going to dive into your month of February 2021. What do you need to know? What messages do the angels have for you? And how can you best navigate this month? So first we're going to take a look at, before we dive into that, I do want to share with you. So if you have been a follower of my readings in the past, my readings are going to look a little bit different moving forward. I have been shown, I have felt called to really transition out of using the cards quite as much and just allow the messages to channel through me. So this is what I'm doing and this is what we're going to try. So let me know what you think. So the first category that we are going to be taking a look at is just what you need to know for the month. And I see kind of like overall for the month that you're very much supposed to learn how to flow, supposed to really embrace the energy of flow. So when I say flow, what I really mean is, look for opportunities to release control. Look for opportunities to stop trying to tell God, source, the divine, whatever you want to call that, how to do their job, and take a step back and let things flow to you. That doesn't mean you can't set intentions. In fact, I feel like setting intentions is incredibly, incredibly important, but then you have to let go. Then you have to allow what is meant for you to flow to you. And so letting yourself be in flow, letting yourself just sort of notice what comes into your experience and understand that whatever is coming into your experience also is purposeful. So letting yourself flow with that rather than trying to control it, rather than trying to make it be different than what's actually happening for you. Sometimes a lot of times we have plans for ourselves and God has really different plans for ourselves, but God has different plans for ourselves because it is, like she has a vision for our best life path. And we don't necessarily always have that. We get a sense of where we're going. We get a sense of what the next step is, but I think that the divine has a way better sense of what the big picture looks like. And so we have to trust, we have to surrender, we have to hand over control and allow ourselves to also flow with what wants to come through. Sometimes when we do that, a lot of times when we do that, this is where the real blessings come in. This is where we can manifest the amazing things that we want to have happen in our life. And so when you kind of just take a step back and get out of the way and stop trying to control it so much, amazing things will happen for you. So I feel like that's a huge message for this month. I also feel like I want to say there's something going on for you guys this month in terms of trust, in terms of intuition. Like there's something that you're feeling that you really need to use your discernment with. This is about like listening to your intuition. And there's something that you're feeling, there's something that you know that maybe you don't have evidence of. Maybe other people say to you, oh no, you feel this way about this person, but you're wrong. That's not who they are. That's not how they are. But you just can't get past that feeling. Or you feel like somebody has been dishonest with you and there really is no proof. There is no evidence that they have been dishonest with you, but you just can't move past it because you just have this feeling. And how many times do we ignore that feeling and it really bites us in the ass later on, right? So this is about honoring and listening to that feeling. And this is also about, because I feel like overall, you really need to open to your intuition. You really need to let yourself listen to that, because in some ways I feel like, especially this month, your intuition is suggesting different things for you than your logic. Like your intuition and your logic are not in agreement. And I always say that when our intuition and our logic are not in agreement, you go with your intuition, you go with your gut, you go with that knowing, because that is like those little glimmers of our best life path. That is, like I always say, our best life path, it's kind of like breadcrumbs that are leading us along that path. right? So notice the breadcrumbs that are showing up for you. Notice the direction that you're feeling called to move in. And you might not have the big picture. You might not know. And some of this is going to require trust, because it might go against logic. It might go against what you think or thought was the plan for you, but trust it and go for it anyway. In terms of themes as well, there's very much a compartmentalizing going on. There's very much a, like, you're this person in one situation and you're this person in another situation, and those two people are not coming together. And it's not that, like, that's not, this isn't you and this isn't you, you know, like that those two parts of yourself aren't part of you, but it's really time for that to come together. At the end of the day, it's time for you to become and work toward becoming your authentic self, toward honoring your authentic self, no matter what situation you're in, no matter who you're interacting with, right? And this is about you learning how to be more authentically you. And so you don't have to be a different person in those situations. You get to be you. And when you are you, you're going to recognize that people are going to be even more connected to you. Because I feel like it's been a situation where it's like, I want to impress this person over here, or I'm worried about what this person might think. But it's like, people like you better when you're actually being your authentic self. So I feel like you're going to be learning how to navigate that more this month and honoring that more. If you can honor, like, those little quirks about yourself too, and those little things that just set you apart, and understand that those don't make you weird, they make you special. And those are the little things, I don't know, like, those are the things that I love to learn about people. And those are the things that all of the friendships that I have, the really deep friendships that I have, they start with me beginning to recognize the cute little quirks that people have. I love quirks, right? Because those are what make them special. Those are what make them uniquely them. And this is about recognizing your quirks, letting your quirks be seen, letting yourself just be you, and understanding that you are going to be really supported through that. And again, I just keep hearing discernment. You've got to use your discernment. What is being presented to you? And your intuition is saying, nope, this isn't the truth. This isn't, or nope, this isn't the opportunity for you. It might be an opportunity that's coming your way, because I do feel like there's, again, a lot of abundance for you here in this month. And it might seem like, oh, this is a fantastic opportunity for me, but something doesn't feel right. If something doesn't feel right, you honor that. You listen to it. It's like you're learning how to fine tune your intuition. And it's not, I mean, ultimately, if you decide to trust somebody that goes against your intuition, or you choose to follow an opportunity that goes against your intuition, you know, I think ultimately we always find our way, if we allow it, back to our best life path. But at the same time, you are saving yourself a hell of a lot of trouble if you can just use your discernment and make decisions from that intuitive place. The next category that we have are the questions that you can be asking yourself this month. And I pull right to priorities. What are your priorities? What is most important to you? What do you value in your life? And are you living a life that is in alignment with your priorities? Are you living a life that is in alignment with your values? Or are you doing things for other people? Again, we have that energy where we're compartmentalized, right? Are we doing things to make other people happy, but it's really forcing us to go against a value, or to spend our time doing things that aren't really in alignment with our priorities? So where do you need to set boundaries? Where do you need to say no? Where do you need to make some changes? I also feel like, let it be okay that you have questions about your direction. We are in Mercury retrograde for most of this month, and so it's a period of a lot of questioning, right? And I think it's okay to not always know what exactly the vision is, or what exactly the next step is. Again, this comes with releasing control and trusting that God has it all under control, you know? And that some things are just going to kind of be up in the air. Some things are going to just be unknown, or you know, what is that quote? You know, like something about like the rest of the steps will appear after the first step, or I'm totally butchering that. I don't know. I don't remember what it is, but I love that idea of like, you know, every step that you take, then the next step appears. And it's very much this energy. And so, am I okay with allowing myself to just have unanswered questions and to not have that confirmation from the universe? The only confirmation maybe you have is your intuition, but letting that be enough, letting your faith and your intuition be enough. And also, I feel like there's something you need to be working on. And, you know, it feels like whatever this is, like it has a lot of potential to be making you a lot of money. So maybe it's something that you're creating, or a creative project, or something just that you're putting your time and energy into that you know has the potential as a side project or as the work that you're doing to make you a lot of money or get you a promotion or something. There's something that's coming, like money coming through working really hard on something or putting a lot of your time and your energy into something. But this is something you're excited about. It's not like, you know, again, it's not like I'm just working on this thing to make my boss happy. I'm, you know, putting a lot of my time and my energy into this particular project because I'm excited about it, and this is where I feel like I shine, and this is what I want to be working on, and so I'm going to put my time and energy in here and let myself shine and let people see what I can do. So it's that working on things that you're excited about, working on things that really feel in alignment with your priorities and with who you are, and with where you want to be going with things, what, you know, with the things that you would love to be spending your time and energy on. The next category that we have here is what's the next category? The challenges or the barriers. Okay. I think that you're continuing to work on finding balance with some things. And so again, taking a look at where do I need to balance things better? Although I feel like this is improving for you. You know, I feel like you are kind of starting to find your stride with this, but you know, where do I continue to need to focus on balance in my life? How can I bring more balance into my life? What do I need to cut out? What do I need to add in? How do I take more time for my own balance? What do I need to do to bring more balance into my life? And I also think like there's an energy of a battle within, right? Of this soul versus ego, of this intuition versus logic. And I see this being a real challenge for you throughout the month. Again, your logic is saying one thing, your intuition is saying another. Your ego, your fear base is saying, I'm afraid to do this. I'm afraid to jump in on this. But what if, but what if, but what if? And your soul is saying, just trust us. Just trust that everything is going to work out for you if you can listen to your intuition. Or, you know, ego-based energy tends to be very focused on immediate gratification, whereas the soul understands that it's looking at the bigger picture, and it's looking at what do I need to do to create my happiest me for the long term, whereas the ego says, what do I need to do to create the happiest me here in this moment, right? So a perfect example of that is, how do you eat from the ego versus how do you eat from the soul, right? When you're eating from the ego, you're going to eat all of those things that just give you that fast sugar rush, or well, maybe that's just me, what I would eat, but you know, like that stuff that is that instant gratification food, the stuff that tastes really good, but maybe is really terrible for you. Whereas a soul-based energy is going to be choosing healthier foods that are feeding your body, are you know, providing your body with nutrition, because we know for the long term that that's going to be better off for you. So that's an example of that soul versus the ego battle, or intuition versus logic battle. So I see those two parts of yourself battling a bit, and you really want to make sure that you're listening to the soul and you're listening to the intuition. Let those be your guides, and you are not going to go wrong, even if you don't have a whole lot of evidence this month that that's the truth. Keep flowing with it, letting it be your guide, and I really see things working out very, very well for you, and I see you saving yourself a whole lot of trouble. The next category that we have are the gifts that you can expect. And again, I come back to this idea of like paths unknown. Some things not being clear, some parts of the vision not being clear, and that's coming up as a gift because I think you're learning how to trust more. I think you're learning how to flow more. I think you're learning that you are not always in charge. You are a powerful co-creator. Emphasis on the co, right? You are co-creating with the universe, with God, with the divine, whatever you want to call that, but you are co-creating. And again, sometimes God knows better. Always God knows better. And so if what you are trying to create is smaller minded or different from what God wants to provide you with, guess what? You're not going to get it. And you're going to get what God is wanting to bring in for you when you step out of the way and you allow it. But some of this also comes with that trust of maybe I don't know what's best for me. Maybe I'm going to hand this up. Maybe I'm going to ask to be shown what's next for me. Maybe I'm going to ask to be shown what the next step is. And then I'm going to take the next step without knowing what the step after that is going to be. And so we have to kind of keep flowing with that. We have to take it step by step by step, making change after change or following a path until we have a better sense of what the heck path we're on, right? I feel like it's like you're walking onto a path somewhat blindly, but you are never walking that path alone. You're always being guided, you're always being shown, and eventually you start to understand what this path is about or the direction that you're heading. So allow that. Allow yourself to be guided. Allow yourself to not have all the answers. Allow yourself to find, to get comfortable, a little bit more comfortable with that. You might want to control it. You might not like that, but it's a real way for you to grow this month and beyond, I feel like. There's also something about, I don't know, I keep coming back to like, what are you creating? What are you working on? Or how can you deepen your skills? I do feel like there's an opportunity to deepen your skills in some area. So this may be a going back to school. This might be like a learning from someone, learning, something maybe that you've wanted to learn about or develop your skills more. And I see opportunities for that. So if you see opportunities for that where you can fine tune the skills that you have, then I would take it. I would go for it because I think that this is going to be a really good thing for you moving forward into the future. So take those opportunities. And I do just feel like I need to say, like, that I see so much success moving forward if you can continue on this soul-led path, on this intuitive-led path. That is going to take you to success. You just have to release your idea of what the pathway toward that looks like. Let that go. Trust in your higher power. Let yourself be guided. Listen to your intuition. Release your fear and let yourself step into the beautiful guidance that your soul is trying to give you. Let yourself flow with all of it. So those are your messages for the month of February. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button below. If you want to learn more about me or about clarity, you can check me out at discoveryourawakening.com, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care.